Many people talk about the importance of having faith in your manifestations, but not many people will tell you what to do to have faith in something you cannot see. And so in this video today, I'm going to tell you a couple tips and tricks that I use to have faith in the invisible. My name is Kathleen Cameron, and I teach manifestation, law of attraction, and self-love. One of my favorite topics to talk about is faith. And it's not what I used to think it was. I used to believe that faith was having faith in something. You know, you had faith in God, or you had faith in your family or your parents, or you had faith that things would always work out the way you wanted. But what I understand now is that faith is far more powerful than we ever really knew. And so I read this the other day and I loved it so much. Florence Shin in How to Play the Game of Life and Win said, "You don't need to affirm a thing more than once if you have perfect faith." And so what she's really saying is that the human predicament and the human problem is the lack of faith. It's the lack of belief in the thing that you are actually affirming. So a thought without faith is futile. So what that means is if you keep telling yourself a thought, you don't believe it to be true, you can't see it, so it can't possibly be true, you are basically not creating anything. What you're actually creating from that thought is the lack of or the absence of it. So for example, the more you say, "I am confident," and you don't have faith that you actually are, you are affirming that you lack confidence, not that you are confident. So how do you develop faith in the unseen or in the invisible? It's really easy to believe what you can see, but many people find it very challenging to see and then believe. It's the other way around. And so what we want to do is we want to believe in something and then it will show up. Most people want to see something and then believe it. So it's like, you need to prove it to me and prove that it's real before I'm going to believe it. That was me as a nurse, science degree, clinical trials. We had to absolutely prove truth before I would actually believe it. Now I believe in things I can't even explain to you. I believe in things that are completely invisible. And I believe in circumstances that I really have no idea how to explain, but are so powerful and have led to the unfolding of my life today. So I'm going to give you a couple of tricks and things that I do that I've taught my clients that'll help you grow your faith. So I want to start off by saying that faith has a feeling. And so you can very easily tell me what it means to not have faith. So I know this feels like you're going a little bit backwards here, but I want you to think about what it feels like to not have faith in something. So you worry about it, you question it, you're pessimistic, you can't believe it, you're shocked. You know, somebody might say something to you and you're very skeptical about it. That's the opposite of faith. And why I have my clients do that is because it helps you to feel the feeling that you're likely in today. And so now we can tap into the opposite feeling, right? So what does it feel like to have faith? To just know that it's going to work out, to know that it's going to be okay, to know that the outcome will be what you ask it to be. So a couple fun little examples of faith. When you call an Uber, you have faith it's going to show up. You have faith that you're going to get dropped off in the address that you put into the Uber. You have kids with the faith that you will just know how to take care of them. You order a pizza and you have faith that it's going to come to your door the way that you ordered it. And you absolutely have faith in sitting down on a chair, that chair is just going to hold your weight. And so that's the feeling of faith. And you can take that feeling that's already existed within you and you can move it over to the things in your life that you don't have faith in. So the thing that I hear the most is, I want success in my business, but I don't believe it's possible for me. I want more money in my bank account, but I don't see it. So if you go back and find another one of my YouTube videos on how I manifested the exact amount of money, $21,795 to the T, there's a YouTube video about that. The most important thing in that video was my faith that it would happen. I didn't necessarily believe that I was going to get it to the penny, but I absolutely believed that the money would show up as long as I believed that it would. There was no evidence to tell me it was on its way. I simply chose to believe and have faith. The other thing that I really, really think is very important in this idea of faith is to allow yourself to feel what it feels like to be a version of yourself that has faith. And so you can go up into your imagination, which is the fourth dimension, and you can experience a version of yourself that has faith that your business will grow, that has faith that your bank account is expanding, that has faith that you are falling more and more in love with yourself every single day. When you feel that feeling in your imagination, you are telling your subconscious mind it exists. You're creating new pathways for you to experience that faith here in the 3D physical time and time again. Any idea that we persist in will become our truth, whether or not it's actually true. And so this is where faith can actually be a beautiful tool for that. And the last tip that I'm going to give you is if you want to grow your faith in the unseen or in the invisible, I would highly recommend that you study faith for at least 30 days. So if you read books on faith, you think about faith, you journal yourself having faith, you visualize yourself having faith, your focused attention is on that feeling and you will take that feeling on. And so my favorite book on faith is God Works Through Faith by Robert Russell. And I would highly suggest that you start with that book and really allow yourself to see that faith isn't so far away and that it is within you already. If you know someone that would benefit from this conversation on faith, I really would love if you shared this video with them. And let me know in the comments one thing that you know that if you had more faith in, your whole life would change. With gratitude, Kathleen.